me see.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, countdown 5.
All right.
Good morning. Good morning. It's another episode of TTL here with the Honorable Bishop Marvin C. Bozeman. Today, how you doing, Bishop?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here today. You sound kind of somber a little bit.
Another week. It's snowing again.
That's the goodness of God.
It's snowing
That's
again.
Before our eyes. You understand? I love the snow. I love the cold. All that good stuff.
But what about for the people who don't like the snow?
You need to move.
Where we going?
I don't know
wherever
it's not snowing now. It seems the snow kind of everywhere.
What do you do when the season of your life is cold and barren?
You better hold on, get a blanket, big coat on, and it's gonna warm up again.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's gonna warm up again.
The seasons of life, right?
Yeah, hey, it's Talk Therapy Live. Make the best of it on Talk Therapy Live today on this cold, snowy Friday. However, it's good to be here though.
It's good to be here. Absolutely.
It's cold outside, and it's even better that you're not cold.
Yes, and I'm grateful.
You understand?
I'm definitely grateful.
Yeah,
for where
your
I am.
Bed last night wasn't your cooling board.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
I figured you changed up in a minute.
I still don't like all that snow. All right, I'm just gonna make the best out of it. Well, listen. You are listening to Go Chick Communication
For sure.
Foundation.
Yes, all that good stuff.
And listen, y'all, we are on the radio. So you can go to 95.8.
98.5. Yeah, you should let me do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 98.5. We're on an FM dial, y'all. It is Talk Therapy Live with your host, Kimberly Bozeman, co-host. I'm right here, Bishop. I'm here because she let me on the program. I'm grateful as well. Thank you.
Oh, I let you on the program?
Yes, you let me on the program. That's how women always say, like to their husbands or to their men, they say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you talk. What you mean you won't let me talk?
Really?
Yes, a whole nother show.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I'll let you be the man. How you going to let me be the man? Yeah, we got to talk about something.
Well, today, because we're talking about relationships today.
Yes,
we're talking about relationships and attachment style. So you're right on point.
For sure.
You know
for sure.
I mean?
What qualifies you to have this wonderful program and to do what you do? What qualifies you to do this?
Well, I am a licensed professional clinical counselor. I am the owner of Healthy Emotes Counseling Services, and I do telehealth services. I love what I do. I do individual counseling, family counseling, all of that. And I really do love it. And I've had my own practice since 2017, 2016.
I think you've probably had your own practice probably since about 14, 15 years old. You just don't start doing what you're doing.
Right, yeah.
Now you got the paper.
Officially.
You got the paper and got everything established, everything in 2017. So right. But you've been doing it all.
But that's how I knew that it was my calling, because I was doing it way before I got the documents for it. People would always come to me and confide in me. And I always had a heart for people. I always had a heart for people who are undeserved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would take up for people who were getting bullied at school.
Right. Yeah. That's another type of therapy. That was called like hands and feet therapy. That was another calling too. You kind of laying hands on people back in the day, right?
I'm still laying hands. It's just in a different way.
I got you. Yeah, you got the right spirit about yourself to lay hands.
I was advocating.
Yeah,
I still advocating.
Okay. Call it what you want. But hey, I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing. You're helping so many people than what you actually know. You have this platform to give back to the community. You know what I mean? To even, as they come on, ask questions and participate in some of the things that, that they've had questions about.
Yeah.
So kudos. Keep keep doing the good work that you do, and thank God for this Gold Chip Communication Station, 98.5.
All right now.
On the FM dial.
On the FM dial.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love the dialogue that we have. If you all want to be a part of this conversation, you can definitely come live on our Facebook page, and you're able to interact. You can post up whatever questions that you want to. Now, when we go into the actual studio, they can call in at that time.
We like that too. So that's going to be nice.
I love the collaboration.
For sure.
All right. So I want to propose a question because, February is the love month.
Yeah.
Right. So
heart health. Both ways. Huh?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But, because of Valentine's Day and all that, we usually look at that as the love month. So, I want to ask a question. Are you in love, or are you just emotionally attached?
Oh, wow. Are you in love or emotionally attached? That you start off heavy.
Hey, that's a good question.
It's something but you're starting off too heavy. You're supposed to start in kind of light. You starting in batting, come on now.
Yeah, well, it's a good question. And then hopefully by the end of our session today, they can answer the question.
Kind of know where you're at.
Yeah.
Well,
are you in love, or is it just an emotional attachment?
I pray everyone is in a good place after they find out what's what.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is just acknowledgement or awareness, because we don't know what we don't know.
For sure.
So the purpose in Talk Therapy Live is to bring about education. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to illuminate people so that we can become aware and put in changes.
And so if you find yourself in a spot where you
are emotionally attached,
or it's kind of different than what you thought since you brought it out, then, hey, you can address it with the person who you're in a relationship with. Do it the right way. You know what I mean? Don't go and start an argument and, because you heard the program and they didn't. Don't be testing nobody. You know what I mean? Oh, I will. We were like, well, what kind of question is she asking me?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're trying to test us. Just ask the question straight out.
So I just want to talk about, something that shows up in just about everyone's relationship.
Okay, what is that?
And it's this emotional attachment. Everyone has an attachment style, and we're going to talk about those different attachment styles.
Okay.
Because you have secure attachment, you have anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, and then disorganized attachment.
You're going to have to explain some of those to me. Explain some of those to me and to your listeners. And listen, y'all, please come on in today, and we're waiting on you to come in. Y'all kind of slow. I don't know if you're out in the cold trying to make it into the house, but we're waiting for you to come on.
And when you come in, please hit share, and like.
Yes.
All right. Share, and like. All right. So attachment style is just, how we learn to feel safe with people.
Okay.
So there's no good, there's no bad. It's just the way that we cope and how we manage. Okay. Because the word relationship basically means how we relate to one another.
Gotcha.
And if you have like an avoidant attachment style, you're still trying to keep yourself safe because you're not trusting. So it's not a flaw. Don't look at an attachment style as a flaw. And it's not a diagnosis. It's just a pattern. It's just simply a pattern. So some people have what we call, secure attachment style. And this means that people feel safe.
Okay.
They're creating a safe environment, and distance does not necessarily mean threatening. Okay. Well, I know it's been a long time for you, because we've been married for a long time.
For a minute.
Some 30 plus 40 years.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, Minister Alice.
Yeah.
But have you ever been in a relationship and you can be gone like 10 minutes and they're already calling? Like you said, you're going to the grocery store.
I do that now, but you don't answer. So I don't know what you're talking about. I do it now. You're like, I just left when you do decide to answer. You know what I mean?
Been there,
I'm like, what's up with your phone? What's going on with your phone?
No, you do give me space and time. It was so funny because when we first got together, I'm like, maybe he don't care because you wasn't calling me and hunting me down. The relationship I was in prior to that, oh my gosh. I would say I would go to the store. Yeah. I'm there like 5 minutes. I just got my foot in the store. Okay, where you at? It don't take that long. You should have grabbed that. Right. Oh my gosh. So secure attachments, you feel safe. So distance does not feel threatening. Yeah. And conflict doesn't.
And that's cool though. I think in each one is appreciative for both of those whenever they occur. It's okay. My thing is, as long as you kind of let me know where you're going and how long you plan on being gone, that's just in case something happens.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't throw threatened by you being gone for 6 hours straight. Mm-hmm. I say, bring me back something when you come home.
And when me and Mama go out, they can
because I know what y'all doing. Y'all, yay! I'm in the house. I say I'm gonna go somewhere and do something.
Yes,
I'm right here in the house. I don't even go nowhere.
Yeah, that's a secure
So,
attachment style.
Yeah, I just watch something and it watches me, and then next thing you know, you be like, I'm pulling up in a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all good.
There's a difference between a check-in and being over anxious about someone being away from you. For sure. And with the secure attachment style, conflict does not feel like the end of the relationship.
Got you. Yeah.
Listen, if you are in a relationship, you're going to have conflict.
Yeah. Heated discussions. What's another word they use for it? Where you do have, it gets a little, sweaty around the brow.
It's going to happen. Because you come from two different worlds, meaning that you're going to have two different world views. Right. You're not going to agree on everything, but we do respect one another.
For sure. Most definitely.
So when we have a conflict, it doesn't mean it's the end of the relationship.
No. Well, when I had my procedure yesterday, right? So the nurses were asking me, well, hey, that your wife out there really loves you.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yes, they did. See,
how can they tell? Right.
I don't know, but they told me. I don't know if it was just to call me, but they did tell me that she really loves you. I said, I love her the same, And so they were saying, well, hey, what's the secret? Because one person had been married for like 6 years. Mm-hmm. And then they said, well, how long have you been married? I said, like 32 years. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, well, what's the secret? 32 years? Like, what's the secret? And I said, compromise. Mm-hmm. Compromise. Mm-hmm. I think you will have to do that.
Yeah.
For the longevity of your marriage.
Yes.
Everything is not your way.
That's right.
You have to be accepting to that. So I think that kind of helps everything kind of smooth out. It's okay.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But you have to understand that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So you can't be so domineering where, because you will be by yourself.
You will be by yourself.
You understand?
And for our audience, what do you all think are some of the key tools for having a good relationship? Bishop said compromise.
Yeah.
I want to say understanding and forgiveness.
Yeah.
And respect, right?
That's true. You're going to take some of theirs.
Good morning. Pamela Parks and Jill Walker is here today. What are you all's thoughts?
Yeah.
And while they're typing that in, we talked about conflict. It's not the end of the world because it's going to happen.
Yeah. Long as you're not going over the edge with it and you acting out and you breaking things and you're throwing lamps across the room.
That's unhealthy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because somebody need to leave when that little temper tantrum go down.
Yes.
Hey. See you. Where you been? Hey, I had to go.
Yeah. So Alice says communication.
Oh, for sure.
Pamela Park says be honest.
Yeah.
Jill Walker says communication. And let me add to the communication.
That's so strong.
Your communication should be effective communication.
For sure.
Because we're always communicating.
Yeah.
The body language, that's so loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think men may assume more, and women, you all love to communicate more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, why didn't you communicate that with me? And we're like, well, I thought I did. Y'all just want more information.
We want to be well informed.
We give you just enough because we're not keeping anything from you. But what we say is what we say. It's just said, I'm going to the store. I never said how long or which store I was going to. Y'all want to know what store, what's the address, you know.
I would not say all of that.
It's true. It's just in y'all makeup. We're very brief in our description. You all are more what I want to say. We're brief, and you guys you're very lengthy in your inquiries.
We're thorough.
Well, come on, help a brother out.
we just want to know.
Y'all know that's the truth, though.
And it goes back to knowing who you have.
For sure.
Knowing who you have. If you know that you have a partner that has, like a specific attachment style,
right? Yeah,
you have to deal with them accordingly.
You have to try your
best.
If
you know you have someone that has an anxious attachment style, you do want to let them know, babe, I'm going to be gone. Shouldn't be gone no more than an hour and a half or whatever. If so, I'll call you.
Yeah. Woo, that's a bit much for men. That's a bit much for men.
Brother Ajumu, what do you think?
That's a bit much for men.
But again,
I'm interested in what he's going to say. For the simple fact he's older.
Yes.
So maybe he's changed a little bit, but he could be older and still be that,
Yes.
Well, and still be that same guy.
Okay. All right. Now we putting him in the hot seat.
We in the hot seat. Come on now.
We do want to hear from you. But my thing is because you have invited someone else into your world.
Yeah.
And you want to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And again, knowing who you have helps.
Yeah.
It keeps the conflict down. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not like I feel like I'm just like have to like give account, but I want to help bring peace.
That's like if I think the other day I came in, I said, hey, there was an accident on whatever, and you want to know, well, who was all involved, what color were the cars, or how many ambulances were there.
Is that true?
It is true. My point is that you're more thorough in your
I may have wanted to know how.
I'll just say, hey, John got an accident last week.
Is he okay?
And that's okay. I mean, if I don't say he's no longer with us, then he must be okay.
So when we propose the question, just come up with the answer. It's okay because you know who you have.
I understand.
You know who you have.
That go both ways.
Indeed, it does.
You be like, I know this man ain't gonna tell me all of what I want to know. I just know he's not gonna do that because he don't do that.
So then we have to ask the questions.
My Lord.
Right, ladies? And some men are like that too. They want details.
The new ones are. The new ones and the insecure ones. They want to know they want to know way too much.
All men are not the same though.
That's true.
Some of them want details. Then it's okay.
Hey, just tell me was the guy's suit blue or red.
It goes back
to so his socks and shoes. I didn't ask about all.
It goes back to knowing who you have.
True.
All right. Alice says we want details. we want details.
I'm satisfied with
So remember being in a secure.
Come on, brother Ajimu, you only man on here now. Help a brother out a little bit. He's contemplating.
He said, I ain't stepping into that fire.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we're talking about secure attachment styles. So it doesn't mean that this attachment style is perfect. Because everybody's different. You know what I mean? Right. So it just means that repair is possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's not perfect, but repair is definitely possible. So that's secure attachment style. And then we have the anxious attachment style.
Yeah.
Okay. This shows up as a deep fear of being left or replaced.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which both can happen.
And you're going to kind of make it happen.
both can happen.
You're going to kind of make that happen because who wants to be in this type of relationship? You always are anxious about the relationship ending. You're going to get replaced. Yeah. You have a lot of anxiety, and it's like silence seems so loud. Like if I'm just using us because it's us. But like if you're quiet and you're watching TV, you're not paying me any attention. Something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know, like what's going on? It's like your silence is so loud. So now I have to kind of, hey, babe, now I'm getting on your nerves. And, you know, I'm becoming an attention seeker. I need your attention. And then in your mind, you're probably like, let me get out the house.
No, I said, let me pause this for a moment. Now, what do you want?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and give you a little look.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Right.
So that means I done invaded his little time of watching
exactly
little TV.
So anxious attachment isn't being needy.
Yeah.
It's being nervous. Just nervous.
So that's not a healthy way to be in a relationship. You know.
And again,
to me, you're probably better alone.
Well, not to them because they're already anxious.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's better that you be alone until you get those things worked out. That's when they need to come see you. Because you don't want to be in a relationship with anyone and you're always like that. Yeah. That's not good.
And these people are this way because their nervous system has learned that love was inconsistent.
Yeah.
And they've learned to stay alert.
Yeah.
So somewhere, and I always go back, you know, to childhood, you know, their love, the love languages in the family were inconsistent. They didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're quiet, that speaks volumes against who I am. Now I'm starting to feel those same familiar feelings of the past when things were up and down. One day dad was here, next day he was gone. Mama said she loved me, but then she can't stand me and she's calling me up. You know what I mean? So that, like I always say, whatever you don't address, you give permission to exist.
Yeah. A lot of people learn how to work through those things, those that don't actually come and seek counseling. I think we're a little more aware of the help groups that are out there for us, you know, for those type of situations that we have. You know, but in the meantime, I think it's better if you become a more complete person before you try to find someone else to complete you.
Now that is true. That is true.
You know what I mean?
But people do not want to be alone.
And you're not supposed to be. If you're going to use the word, it's not good for men to be alone.
Yeah. And
you know, get some stuff worked out.
Get some stuff worked out because you have society who looks at you some kind of way if you say that you're not in a relationship. You're not married, you're not in a relationship, then you got societal pressures. You know what I mean?
I think that's that older group that's on their way out now. You 50 and ain't married yet? You know, this young group right here, they were like, I ain't.
Right, yeah. And that's
you know
good.
what I mean? So,
you know, like I always say, two of the best relationships that you can have while in the earth realm is the relationship that you have with God and the relationship that you have with self.
Yeah.
Those are the two most important relationships, because if you're good with yourself, anybody else coming into the picture is going to be an add-on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to take away anything because I'm whole by myself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I'm not looking towards anybody
It's not that
else.
you don't, that's like some women say, I don't need a man. Well, that's depending on how you define that need. And if you're good at taking care of your own bills and all that stuff, you don't need one because you're doing that. But you're going to need one. You know what I mean? Maybe it's best for you to be by yourself right now, but you will need, you know, and that term need is just, it is what it is. It's just speaking in today's terms where they've been hurt by men. The answer is not in another woman. You know what I mean? So it's okay. You'll find the right one or the right one will find you.
Sometimes I think that people, men and women, get so hurt that they don't want to risk it anymore. They just rather be in a relationship with themselves. It's almost like when someone passes away, you know, I'll use this example. When our boxer died, you know what I mean? That broke my heart. I said, I do not want another dog. And that's how some people are in relationship. It hurts them so bad. They just rather deal with life on their own. And I mean, it's okay if that's how you thrive. Some people thrive being alone.
I guess.
Everyone's
They
different.
just want to be bothered when they want to be bothered. Maybe that's it.
It's
right.
They're the captain.
You
of
can
their
come
own
see me,
ship.
but you know you got to be gone. Right. You don't stay here.
Hey,
Ain't no extra toothbrush, washcloth, anything of that nature. So if and I guess the older you are, the longer you're alone, it's probably better. I don't know, but since you're set in your ways, you know, and you like the toilet seat down, you got a brother coming over, he gonna leave it up sometime. That's gonna be an argument. Or we leave water around the sink, and that might be a little argument. You know, you can't dry the whole sink. I mean, if you're older, it's good, maybe better that you're by yourself.
Hey,
tripping over shoes and
you're the captain of your own ship. All right, it's your world.
That's the truth. I'm telling you.
Do what you want to do, right? You know, everyone's different. To each his own.
Yeah,
is what I say. Whatever melts your butter, whatever blows your hair back.
All that. Okay.
So we talked about secure attachment styles, and we talked about anxious attachment styles.
This is a good show.
And the question,
I'm loving it,
that I started out with,
show. What was your question?
Is, are you in love or are you just emotionally attached? That makes it different. Good morning, Tony. Good morning to you. Tony said this is soothing.
Yeah.
And again, the whole purpose in Talk Therapy Live is to bring about education. It brings about that awareness.
For sure.
So secure attachment styles, you feel safe. Anxious attachment styles, you know, your nervous system has learned how to deal with that because your childhood was tumultuous.
Right. So you bring all of that. Now you're talking of baggage.
Yes. Yes.
You know, thing that you haven't dealt with and you carried into your relationship with someone else. But you need to know I'm not that person. You know what I mean? So, however, but you're still on high alert.
Yes, that's it. You're on high alert. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, and just identifying that I'm not the same person and nor am I with the same people that I was when I could not protect myself.
Right. However, now listen, because coming to see you and people like yourself will kind of give you a heads up because you have to be able to deal with yourself.
Yes.
You know, because it will be a self problem, not someone else. Now, you know whether or not if you want to deal with this person or not, you know, you do or you don't. You know, I think you should make that up. You know, don't play with it. If you want to deal with me, deal with me. If you don't, then don't. You know, instead of going back and forth. So now you're dealing with more emotion because it's an emotional attachment. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful with that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that sometimes we don't need to be in a relationship until we put the work in.
Yeah.
Just put
on yourself. Yes.
Because who knows you better than you know yourself?
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So put the work in because now you're creating more havoc.
Yeah. And when you like the attention, I guess you like the attention. You know, come holler at me for a minute.
And that's like some people jump out of relationships and then they just jump into another relationship because they don't want to be alone, but nor have they been healed.
Yeah.
Take time with yourself. Again, you know, having a relationship with yourself. Like, who are you? Do you even know who you are?
Take time to heal or you know, take a risk.
It's just not conducive for either party because you're not whole. Now I'm looking at you to bring me happiness and peace. You don't make me happy. We're not supposed to.
Exactly.
That comes from within, not from
without. You should be
without.
that way for a week. Yeah.
Exactly. But when we don't put the work in, you know, we look for other people to create this sense of peace and happiness and wholeness, and we're not able to do that.
Correct.
We're not able to do that.
You know, I believe one of the most interesting things is like for two people that want to jump into marriage and haven't come from that type of home life. You know, and so you wonder why do they really want to be married, and they don't have, or maybe their parents were divorced or. They just never seen the positive side of marriage. However, they want to try it. And then when things go wrong, they want to do the very same thing as parents may have done, which is to get out of it. You know what I mean? Instead of learning how to work through so many things in marriages you're able to work through those things.
Yeah.
People quit today more than anything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good to hang in there if you can, if this is who you want to be with.
That's right.
But you can't be so small-minded when it comes to, can we make this work or not?
Right.
Okay, this happened. Now, can we get over this?
Well, we know that relationships are only for the mature.
That's true.
You know, relationships is not for tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not you trying to get, you know, you want to be able to communicate effectively.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Love unconditionally.
Sure, yeah.
You don't want to put conditions on your love, like I love you because.
Yeah, like I said earlier. Right. Yeah, for sure.
I love you because when that doesn't work anymore, now you're out of love. But it's God's unconditional love. And if we really want to understand what love is, we need to read, what is it? 1 Corinthians 13,
I believe. Let me see if I can. What is it? Love is patient, love is kind, and all of that. But that's speaking of it's kind. It doesn't boast. It's not rude. It does not insist on your own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things. Hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Love never fails. All that. That's the agape kind of love, right? And then you have what is it? Phileo love. Yeah. That's the brotherly love that you have, and then there is what is the other one? We said agape, phileo. Eros love. That's the emotional type of love. And I think it's one more.
I definitely don't remember the other one. Does anybody know?
Yeah, I think it's one more though. I can't.
But what we have to strive for is the love of God, though.
That agape kind of love. You have to strive for that. But that's what this scripture is talking about. So we know we're talking about how, and I said it earlier. People say, love is not supposed to hurt. But it does.
How so?
Love hurts in many ways. You know what I mean? So the loss of a loved one, so to speak, in a relationship, it's a broken relationship that you're dealing with now. Love hurts. It hurts. So when you go through, or you're in a relationship and this has happened or that's happened, I'm disappointed. The truth of it is, that it does hurt. So we're trying to work our way to that agape kind of love. We're trying to, but we're not there yet. But we're trying to work our way on getting there. So we have to endure in some places.
We do have to endure, and it's easier to get to the agape kind of love when the type of love that hurts is not from a selfish love.
Yeah, for sure.
Because oftentimes you get into relationships and it's not about you loving me. It's about you loving you and you seeing what you can get from me.
Because the eros kind of love is the affectionate type of love, the romance kind of, and it hurts. All that, it has its places, all that, and it's all good. February 14th coming up, all that stuff.
Well, when we talk about love should not hurt. I think that's more of a abusive type, neglectful type. Because if you love me, you're not going to put your hands on me.
Well,
if you love me, you're not going to belittle me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Sure. You're not going to put me down. It's like you're going to have arguments. You're going to have conflicts. But that's not your opportunity to make me feel bad about myself.
Right.
We're trying to resolve an issue. Exactly. Can we focus on the issue at hand? You don't have to attack my character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You beautiful butterfly. You can't do that. But love gets uncomfortable. Let's say that.
Yes, it does.
It gets
uncomfortable. Again, it goes back to that level of maturity.
Yeah. Then we have to go back to the agape to say love is kind and love is pure. Love does not, you know what I mean? You don't get excited about someone else's downfall and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Jill says storge is the last type of love. All right. So we've talked about the secure attachment. Everyone does not have that because it depends on what type of family you were raised up in. Yeah. It's good if you can come to that. We all can come to that if we put the work in.
Yeah.
We talk about the anxious type of love. And then we have avoidant attachment style. Oh, I've seen this. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Talk about that.
Cannot tolerate anything. You avoid issues. You're a runner.
Yeah.
Something goes down. All they
Yeah.
see is your back.
Yeah.
Okay. You shut down. You stonewall. You're not going to talk about it. You know, but these people learned that emotions weren't safe or welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like, some people are thinkers and some people are feelers, right? That they operate with their emotions or their feelings. And some people just cut that part off and they become analytical because perhaps they have not trusted the emotions. That emotional need was not met when they were children. So it's not safe for me. What am I going to have an emotion for? You know, if that need is not going to be met, then I'm opening myself up to more and more pain.
Yeah.
So you learn that your emotions are not safe. Right. So they become very self-reliant.
Men and women are so different when it comes to that. You know, we weren't really taught to be that emotional type of individual or to show or express the kind of way that you all do. You all are very emotional, you know, and we are so wired different when it comes to sharing that type of, that type of emotion. You know what I mean? So you want to talk serious and we think, oh my God, something must be wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It just means let's talk about this. Yes. But as we grow as men, remember, y'all about 14, y'all already there. You will never be older than what you were at 14. I heard another woman say that. I don't know how true it is. Because you grow up and you mature so quickly. There are things that you do learn and add. All the way when we 14, we probably 14 or 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we get 18, we trying to work our way on up the scale.
Yeah, and the thing is that most men, and especially Black men,
that's all we can speak about because that's all we've really been around. I don't know about your statistic on other men,
right? And that's where I'm speaking from. Yeah, you know, the therapy experiences, as you know, Black men were taught, as far as our culture, not to express your feelings and you quit crying. What are you crying for? Quit acting like a little girl. Stop. Yeah. You know, I'm going to give you something to cry about. You want to cry.
For sure. Yeah.
So you were taught not to express yourself. And this is one of the areas that we want to put work in because now you carry that inner child with you into your adult experiences. Yeah. Right. And so this is where you put the work in and say, okay, well, I'm not that little boy anymore. Yeah. I'm in a relationship with someone, and this person I'm in a relationship wants effective communication. Or
sometimes men can be a little too childish when the woman that they're with is more mature. And they're looking for that maturity, the level of maturity that they have to be in that person. But oh, you too silly. You're grown, but you way too silly. Yeah. Now I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you acting silly.
Yeah,
you know.
But again, hey, sometimes we're a victim of our own choices, though. You the chooser. You get to choose who you want in your life. So if you choose someone that's immature on that level,
tolerate that and work with them.
You did that.
you work with it.
You did that.
Find another way to get through to them.
And you can have those conversations, but you have to respect each other because if they're not on your level, you have to respect them. And you have to meet. This is why I love the 5 love languages, because it really tells you who you have and what type of gas that you need to put into their vehicle. Right. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we treat people according to our own love language.
For sure.
Who I am and what I need may not be the type of gas.
Because it can be just so selfish to where if I don't get this, I'm going to find it someplace else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of men are like that. You know, if I don't get this from you, I know I can get it from somebody else.
But it all comes down to the effective communication. Let's talk about it. Let's see what those needs are.
So we haven't been taught that. We haven't been taught how to communicate effectively. So now that I'm adult, I'm a man. I look like a whole man. You understand? But I haven't learned how to communicate Now I have to be open-minded enough to know that this woman who I'm trying to get next to, she don't want nothing for me but the best. So if she say, hey, let's talk, or hey, go get some help as far as your communication skills, and maybe this person can help you, whatever, then go ahead and do that. Because if you really love somebody, what they tell you about yourself, you will,
it's not an indictment.
It's not an indictment character at all. Yeah, what are you trying to say? Don't take offense to it, because this person loves you and wants the best for you.
Exactly.
So go get the help that you need.
That's right.
You can have a better relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Conversations can be over a little quicker.
Yes, but again, oh my gosh, this is so much, because again, it goes back to that inner child. If we don't heal and nurture the inner child, that inner child will run and ruin your adult life. Because if I get offended easily, again, those roots go back deep. Why? Where there's fruits, there's roots. Why do I get offended easily? Is it because I was overlooked as a child? Was it because I was called all kind of names?
So you just didn't come up with this today,
right?
So you've been like this for a long time.
But it will come out in your relationships. That's where it comes out at.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would definitely recommend, especially if it's a common thread, like if you've been in different relationships and people tend to say the same thing about you, it just may be true.
Yeah.
You may want to seek some help, and help is okay. It's again within our culture where mental health is stigmatized, but it's a safe environment. It's a confidential. Just get the help that you need so that we can heal that inner child.
Right. So you should put on the calendar when it is that you could do your inner health classes.
Okay.
In 2026. Say okay again.
Okay.
Say it one more time in a better way.
All right.
Yeah, that's better, because now I take you serious. You're like, okay, no, for real. I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of information that you have to put together, but it's necessary.
Yeah, I know.
It's necessary.
I think the key word was it takes time, and I feel like I'm juggling 10 balls.
I understand. I mean, I by the way that you said okay, I already knew, like, we're going to have to talk about this.
This is your second time asking me, so I'm going to make it happen, Bishop.
Okay, it's my second time. I understand.
I'm going to make it happen. All right, you guys. We've talked about secure attachment, anxious attachments, avoidant attachments, where people become just self-reliant. When relationships get emotionally intense, their instinct is to pull back. Don't be a runner. Deal with it.
Don't be a track star.
Don't be a track star. All right. I remember when we were dating and we went to talk to mom and dad, and we asked them, because at that time they were married some 40 some years, and we asked them how did they make it.
We talked to quite a bit of old timers, didn't we?
We did. But I remember mom and dad talking about never sweep anything under the rug. Deal with issues as they come up, because you'll trip over them. Every time you'll trip over them. So deal with your issues with love and respect.
For sure.
Because we love each other. So I'm not going to bring up something that I know is going to hurt you. Why would I want to hurt you? And I love you.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember Dad told me, this is Dad said, son, you're going to see someone that looks better than what she looks. She's going to see someone that looks better than what you look. He said, but you always have to know you have better at home.
That's right.
They're not going to treat you better than what you already have. It's not going to happen. I've always remembered that. We talked to a few. Went past Reverend Mrs. Brown's house.
Oh, yes.
Talked to Uncle Carl, and they left out of here being married 68 or 70 years. Long time. They're both well in their 90s. So I wanted the best advice from people who I really admired.
That's right.
So I can have the best. In our relationship.
That's
and
right.
marriage.
Seek help. Good. That was good counsel. Good counsel.
And they loved you. I got the nods and the okays and the she the one, and don't you mess this up, boy. For sure. And here
and
we
I'm
are.
gonna go back to Jill's message. She
Okay.
said that some are both thinkers and emotional.
Yeah.
And that's really where we want to get to, where we can switch off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We call this in counseling functioning with your wise mind.
Okay.
Because one side of your mind is emotional, and then the other side of your mind is analytical.
Okay.
And so when we can put those two together, when we can honor both sides, you know what I mean? Because we want to validate our emotions, say, I'm very angry right now, I'm very upset. But we don't want to just function from that place.
Yeah.
We do want to move over to the analytical side and say, okay, why are you angry? What what was your trigger? What can you do about it to help yourself feel better? So anytime we can utilize both sides, we do call that functioning in your wise mind.
But give us time to express why. Give the brother time to express. Y'all can roll it off real good as to why.
Yeah, I want to rope it over.
And we're like, whoo, this is a whole lot she's throwing at me right here. But men, we take time. We got to get over the fact that, dang, do I have to say this, or how can I say this right? And then we'll repeat ourselves. Well, I don't know. I can't read your mind. But
That's right.
But give us time to kind of, because we're like, should we say this? We don't want to say anything wrong that's going to hurt you. I think a lot of men are like that. We may not say really what we want to, but we're trying to think, well, will this hurt her if I say this? You know what I mean? So, but you have to give us time. I always like to say, you all know more words than what we do.
Yes.
So give us time to find the word that we're looking for.
Yeah. And again, like you said, you're being careful because you know who you have.
Most definitely.
If you've had conversations and it tore them up apart before, you don't really want to tread that way again.
Right.
So again, we're looking for definitely maturity, because you have some females where it's like, just give it to me straight. Tell me what it is.
Oh yeah, you have some out there like that.
so
that's
you
for
have
sure.
to know.
I've been honest with you from day one. I had Jim, Bob, Jerry, and and brother be doing the same. You wasn't the only one from the beginning.
Right.
I mean, what did you think that you would fit in at? You know what I mean? So it's good to be honest and
again, know who you have and respond or
then you know what to look for.
Yeah.
Well, they can't give me this because we ain't even that.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm withholding.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's avoidant attachment style, runners. We don't want to do, but by the same strength, this person is protecting themselves too.
Yeah, for sure.
They're running because they're afraid. They're avoiding out of fear.
Yeah, but I just don't want to deal with that right now. Well, we're going to have to.
You're going to have to deal with it sooner or later.
Yeah, we have
right?
to.
And then there's the disorganized attachment style, wanting closeness, but fearing it at the same time.
Okay.
These are double messages. And
that's a real double message.
It is, but people are raised this way too. I love you, but get away from me.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. I heard that said to a child one time, to a parent. I mean, a parent to a child. And that hit me like, did they just tell their child that?
What did they say exactly?
What you just said.
Yeah, I love you, but get away from me.
What you just said. Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of double messages.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be with you, but then you don't create the time and the space.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So there's double messages. So it's like a push and a pull, that comes from early chaos or trauma.
You have to make time. If you love somebody and you don't never have any time to spend with that person, then you're going to have to do something because someone else will. Yeah,
that's right. Somebody's going to make the time, so they just feel like connection is unsafe.
Yeah.
So this is just disorganized. I don't know if I want it or if I want it, but then I'm afraid of it.
But communicate all that up in the beginning.
Well, they don't want to, because who wants to engage in that? Because now you sound like a project.
Well,
You know what I mean?
tell me something before I tell you.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it won't come out.
It'll stay undercover,
or it won't come out until we've been together long enough where you won't leave me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
or until we had sex, and now it's more of an emotional type of bonding there, that the decisions are harder to make after you've been with someone intimately.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you talking about soul ties?
Yeah. That's a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that is very hard, but this is the nature
it's always
of
more
people.
than just sex.
I'm not going to get into a relationship and expose like my shadow self.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to keep her like tucked away somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to discover my shadow self later on, but now we
come out
there
all they sitting on all four.
All five.
Them all fours are sitting on flats. You know.
Oh,
or
Lord.
That name is written on top of the hood, scratched in the car. You're gonna find out.
All right.
Windows all knocked out.
That's the shadow self.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So again, are you in love or are you emotionally
I told you not to mess with me. I told you not to mess with me.
Oh, Lord.
All right, let me quit.
All right. So again, are you in love or are you emotionally attached? All right. So this is where things start getting pretty interesting, because I'm going to talk a little bit about the trauma bonding, because we have so many people who experience this trauma bonding, and it happens when relationship cycles between
I know a lot of what I'm saying today. We have an older group. That's probably some of the things.
This is only part of the group here,
but they probably did some of that in their younger years, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you haven't had the opportunity of slashing tires or knocking windows out. But I could be bringing up stuff that people used to do.
If you are triggered, I'm here for you. Kimberly Bozeman, Healthy Emotes
y'all need
Counselor.
to quit it.
614-669-5115 if any of this is triggering to you.
Yeah.
All right.
What did Brother Ajimu say?
Well, let's post it.
What is it? For me, it's been about patience, maturity, and working on my insecurity. That sounds like a mature brother.
And the operative word is working on.
For sure.
Working, because we all got our stuff.
For sure.
We're all broken vessels. You know what I mean? We're all cracked somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But are we going to ignore it, act like the crack is not there?
Right.
You know, or are we going to put the work in to try to become whole? You know?
Alice says you try to keep Shanika tucked away.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. And so with Shaniqua, this is why I love fasting, because we can crucify her. You know what I mean? That part of ourselves that we do not like, we do need to shine a light on her so she can be exposed, so that we can bring about healing. Because Shaniqua, she will raise her head at the most inopportune moment.
You said Shaniqua need to breathe sometimes.
Listen. All right, let's talk about trauma bonding before we got to get off of here.
We got time, girl.
Trauma bonding happens when the relationship cycles between like pain and relief, hurt and apology. You know, and I can vouch for that. You know, I've been in a relationship where you just do all manner of stuff, but then you just want to come back and apologize. Or you may just want to walk in the house with some flowers or a purse or something, thinking everything's going to be okay.
No, you're going to do it again.
No, because you're not really sorry.
For sure.
You just apologize.
Yeah.
You know, conflict, it goes between conflict and affection.
I'll just throw her some flowers or some food.
Yeah.
She'll be all right.
Yeah.
Don't come in empty-handed.
Yeah.
Been gone 3 days.
But they know, the offender knows that it works.
For sure, yeah.
They know because they've done it.
It appeases for the moment.
Yeah, and that's trauma.
It ain't really working.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah,
it's trauma bonding, and the bond grows. It grows not because it's healthy, but because again the nervous system gets conditioned to that.
For sure.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You get acclimated to the trauma.
Yeah.
Because when someone shows you that ray of light or that hope and that you cling on to that.
For sure. Yeah.
So when they do something against you, you don't like it, but you know it'll get better soon, and you get adjusted or acclimated to this. You know, and that's trauma bonding. You know,
real quick, what Brother Ajamu says, and you were talking about putting the work in. What he said, that he said the work never ends, and I thought about that before he even posted it up, because we're always learning, we're always changing, and learning something new about the other one. Or we evolve as people, right? And so putting the work in to become better, and the best version of ourselves, it never ends. We always have room for improvement.
Yes.
To make ourselves better.
That's right.
To make the one who we're in love with and that loves us, love us even more. There's always room for more love.
It is.
Always room for more love.
It is.
I'm gonna say it again. There's always room for more love. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, so we're always growing, changing, and evolving, and we should never want to be stagnant. Like every year, there should be measurable growth in our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're not growing, they say that we're dying.
Yeah.
You know, so we should always be able to do introspection and sit in that classroom of silence and hear what your inner. There's an inner GPS in each and every one of us. And there's that inner voice that's going to speak to you and let you know what you need to work on.
Now that we're older as men, speaking from our place and point of view, I think we should kind of look for ways on how to be more pleasing to our mate. You know what I mean? Since we're growing, and hey, we know this is who we're going to be with. Let us look within ourselves and what ways can I improve that would just make her a little more happier.
Yeah, that's
right.
Selfless.
And I think it goes both ways. It's not happy wife, happy life. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But it's about improving upon yourself, because there's a part of me where I want to make you proud. You know, I want to hear you say, babe, I'm so proud of it. I like that.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
I am.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah.
So if I like that, if I want to keep that coming, well, let me try to figure out something else.
Yeah, that's reinforcing the behaviors that you are more of. Seriously.
Really.
So it's not, we're not trying to label, but we're just trying to bring about awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I do want to point out too that about love, because love is freedom. Love is not bondage. No one should feel like they are in bondage in a relationship.
Getting married, it's old ball and chain.
Yeah, and it should not be like that. Really, it can be so.
Did you hear what
beautiful.
happened to Bob?
Right.
My guy say,
yeah,
you know, he got married. Like, oh no.
That's just terrible. Because it can be a beautiful thing if you put the work in.
Yeah.
Attachment demands proximity. Like you have to be close to me at all times. And if you're not close to me, you got to be close on that phone. You got to be close on that text. I got to know where you are. That is bondage.
Yeah.
All right. So love feels safe. It feels safe, and attachment feels just a little anxious.
Yeah.
Love grows, and attachment just clings.
Yeah.
It's very clingy. You know, so we definitely want to this month, we're going to be talking about more and more about relationships and what love is. I will also talk about the 5 love languages to you guys. Hey, what you can do is go to Google and put in 5 love languages, and you can take the test so that when we come back, you'll know what we're talking about, and you can also share.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right. Well, hey, that is our show for today. I am Kimberly Bozeman, owner of Healthy Emotes Counseling Services. And who is this?
I'm Bishop Marvin Bozeman, the senior pastor of the Assembly of Faith Church, 1571 South Parsons Avenue. Come join us this Sunday. We pray at 11 at 11 o'clock. Come worship with us.
All right.
Amen.
We love you all, and we will see you all next time.